Hello, everybody, and hopefully this finds you well. I am your lovely host, the lovely Weebo Jones, and with me is my lovely co-host, SDA. Say hi, SDA.
Hi, SDA.
Don't say hi to SDA quite yet. She hasn't got the chat opened up, so wait like 5 seconds and then do it.
I got it. I got it. No, I got it. I'm
Okay, now
here.
you can say hi.
Now you can say hi to
Um,
me.
yes. Welcome everybody to Midnight Power Hour, the show on the internet where we just talk about media stuff. We leave all of the newsy type shenanigans at the door, and we talk about. We need a better catch line for this.
We
But
do, because
books,
the other
movies,
thing that we
TV
need to
shows.
do is we actually need to get ourselves on an agenda, because what we keep forgetting to do is let's watch a movie or let's watch a TV show before next once we meet, and we don't do that, and then we just get to this day and we're like, so what do we talk?
Exactly. Well, we previously talked about talking about cartoons because we almost got into not a huge, but a conversation about it on, what was it, Wednesday last week?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about cartoons, and then we were like, this is a conversation for Midnight Power Hour. And so we tabled that.
And then neither one of us wrote down exactly what it was.
Because we're the professionals. By the way, this is an offshoot of the show.
Yeah, this is the spinoff of The Professionals. Midnight Power Hour. Yep.
A lesser known retarded sister.
And it is just as professional, I'll have you know.
We have crappy lighting and no graphics and all of that jazz.
My lighting's just fine. There's still a bunny in the background.
But he's asleep.
He's not. He is chewing on his cage.
Oh, all right. At least he's being quiet. Unlike the fireworks that are going off around me. Oopsies. Hi, check your logic. Yeah, by the way, guys, feel free to just kind of chime in the chat if you have something to add to the conversation. We will be looking at that periodically if we have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, or if you would like to donate to the show, I'm assuming that you put the stream to the link labs down in the Discord below.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't like that I have to explain the expression, because I feel like there are people that don't get it.
We need seniority here. Seniors. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
It's cool.
It is cool. So does that mean you oh, wow, I'm looking at me for the first time, and I look a little bit...
You look fine. You're on vacation, okay? Here's the thing. You do what you can with vacation lighting, okay?
No, it's not the lighting. It's I look like I am blurry.
You do what you can with vacation setups, all right? She's doing her best. Leave her alone.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of
Roger, what are you doing?
Excuse me. Anyway, so we see Brian Yoder. Someone has crappy lighting, someone else has good lighting and a good camera. Well, we know that that's not me because I'm using my ancient laptop, which I will be replacing this summer after we get done with VidCon and after I finish drinking my sorrows away at the sprint car races the week afterwards. And then when I go back to work and I have something coming in paycheck-wise, I'll get a new laptop, all right? And then we'll have my portable setup all fine and dandy. Right?
Well, and like I said, you do what you can with the vacation setup, okay? It's not perfect, but there's nothing you can do about it, all right?
Hey, it's better than the prison setup, all right? I constantly have to shift. Okay, yeah, WEEBO'S in witness protection. The Harry channel. Yes, WEEBO is in witness protection. That's why WEEBO keeps having to move from place to place to place. She never stays anywhere for long during the summer. I live out of a suitcase, you guys. You have to understand that.
Oh, and I guess we should mention, we are going to be at VidCon. So if you're going to be at VidCon, you know, I don't know, say hi or something. But also for show purposes, are we streaming Wednesday night?
Yeah, we can stream Wednesday night. I got nothing else to
do. Okay. My practical packing brain is just like, But what if something happens Wednesday night? Okay, we can stream Wednesday night. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I still gotta pack. I gotta do my laundry too. Oh,
well, yeah, I haven't packed yet, but like anyway, so but definitely no midnight power hour and no stream on Sunday. So none of the weekend streams are going to be happening while we're at VidCon. Mm-hmm. And there were a few people last time we said that were baffled by this. And if you're baffled by this, that is a you problem, not a we problem. So anyway.
Do jazz hands if you're trapped in 1997 versions of YouTube will be 40 FPS, but we might be able to save you. Wow. I'm
That's just mean.
And you're Daphne and Velma. Yeah, well, it's fine because it's Jack, so I get it. iCarly and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. iCarly was never a cartoon, although it was crazy enough to have been. Okay.
You know what? Now that you say that, like, you're right. When I was younger, I never thought of iCarly as being crazy, but like,
it should have been a cartoon.
It was a good show, though.
It was. You know, I wanted to be on a web show so badly, like our iCarly, right? I wanted to do that, and here we are, several years later, doing a web show, but with definitely not as much of the enthusiasm or the video production or the set shenanigans. Like, we're doing it. We're living the dream, SDA.
Yeah, we are. Now that I think about it, I'm like, you know what? We are actually iCarly, and it's weird.
Once you realize that, though, it just kind of boggles your mind a little bit, because it's not the way that you anticipated it being, and it's a lot harder too than you thought it would be, right? Because you're thinking, oh, they just show up and they be themselves on camera for what, an hour and a half, and then people love them to death, and you're just like, it's none of those things.
Yeah, no, it's none of those things. People think that you're like a terrible person because you dyed your hair, and then people get really mad at you because you went on vacation and you couldn't bring your entire setup with you.
And then Dave gets mad at you because you dyed your hair. You wore a red wig and he can't smell your feet. So, there's that.
Right. Yeah, there's that element to it. And then when you start writing books, people get mad at you because you talk about that. Like, it's a whole thing. If you can't please 99% of the people, and then there's like 1% of the people that are like, hey, I like your shit, and you're like, yes, a fan.
And there's no Gibby, all right? I don't have a technical producer, so every single time I mess up, it's my fault.
Yeah, I know, right? I wish I had a Gibby.
Oh, Dave Doggo, never heard of iCarly. Okay, so iCarly was a Nickelodeon TV show back in the day when they still produced some stuff that was entertaining and or original. And it was a show about two girls who were best friends who had a web show on the internet, and they did wacky, crazy shenanigans, and it was super popular, and everyone loved them, and they just did it because there was a passion for creating online content that people liked. And they had a technical producer named Freddie who worked all of the, the audio and sound equipment and the video stuff. And he did all of the, the hotkey buttons and such. Just like he was their producer. And then there was, he was to iCarly what Magog is to Side Quest, where he's like behind the scenes, but he's also kind of there on the show. And then they had Gibby, the fat lard, essentially, that just was essentially there to be fat, lardy, and silly, I guess. Like, totally not PC, but he was there anyway, and it was brilliant, and I love that show. And Nickelodeon doesn't do that anymore. They don't make good content anymore, and that sucks.
And then there was Spencer.
But your show does not have things that randomly catch on fire. Well, I mean,
you haven't been here very long. Clearly.
Gibby was the foil. Sure. Like, in that a foil is supposed to be the not the antithesis, but the the compliment, the thing that brings out more of the other characters, the thing that they play off of, I guess.
And you know what's funny though? I think you're reading too much into that, Jack. No, that iCarly has anything like a foil in its show. No, it doesn't. It's iCarly.
Oh my gosh. You know what they probably did?
iCarly doesn't have literary devices, Jack. Dude, it's iCarly.
Well, it had moments. It had its moments. Like, okay, Carly's brother Spencer was hilarious. He was an artist, a struggling artist, and I don't know how they afforded the apartment that they were in, but he single-handedly supported his sister, right? Even though he was a struggling artist, and he had the wackiest shenanigans. He was also he was Crazy Steve from Drake and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fan theory out there, right? And I know we're supposed to be talking about childhood cartoons, but we'll get there eventually. We will, I promise. I'll make that transition. It'll go full circle. There's a fan theory out there, right? That connects Miranda Cosgrove's character from Drake and Josh, Megan, to Carly from iCarly. Yeah. Because those two characters carry over from the plots of both of those shows. Or not carry over, but those two actors are in both of those shows.
Exactly.
And they play off each other brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a fan theory that Crazy Steve kidnapped Megan and then brought her to wherever it was that they were. I think it was a California city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it San Francisco or something?
But I forget.
He brought Megan there, changed both of their identities to Spencer and Carly, and chaos ensues. I think it was like an amnesia
also though, can we just Drake and Josh was like best show ever, and besides Liam Neeson, Drake was one of my first childhood crushes.
Same. Loki. Yeah.
And I forgot what other show I was gonna say. Oh, somebody mentioned Hannah Montana. I fucking loved Hannah Montana.
When Hannah Montana became a slut, it ruined my childhood.
It didn't ruin my childhood, but I loved Hannah Montana. And also, Lizzie McGuire was really good too. Were you young enough or old enough for Lizzie McGuire? Or are you too young?
I caught a few episodes, but it was never like my forte.
Oh my god. So Lizzie McGuire was like, for me it was like Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Phil of the Future. Did you miss that? Did you? Are you out of that sweet spot?
Yeah, I'm out of that sweet spot. Although I do remember every once in a while the odd That's So Raven TV show or show. I do remember Lizzie McGuire. That goddamn hair, the hairstyles of the late '90s, guys. Why?
Don't make fun of anything.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm just wondering, like, why?
So okay, so somebody just asked how old we are. So I'm 22 and she's 21. And what we've been finding that's really interesting is that whenever we talk about these things, like these childhood things, there are certain things where I'll remember something or I'll have been into something like that everybody who is my age was into. Mm-hmm. And she like won't remember it or like wouldn't have been into it. And we just think it's interesting that like that 1 year in those like in that time frame makes a big difference, because obviously now it's like it doesn't matter, but in our like childhoods, but in like Lizzie McGuire was my everything, you know, like there it matters.
And it was just like to me,
because I remember like the wave of like I remember playing That's So Raven pinball like and being obsessed with it. And so I remember like That's So Raven, Phil of the Future, and Lizzie McGuire. And then I also remember the wave after that, which was like Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, and then
Sweet Life on Deck,
Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, and then Sweet Life on Deck was the wave after that. So like and then Kyle XY was actually a little older than me. So I've
never heard of that.
Yeah, so I remember Kyle XY, but I think Kyle XY is for me like what Lizzie McGuire is for you. Yeah. I'm a little too young. Like I've seen an episode or two, and I remember he didn't have a belly button, but that's it. Because I went, that's weird, and changed the channel because that freaked me out.
And I bet you guys have never even watched Hong Kong Phooey cartoon. I recall that name. I don't remember anything about it other than that name. I vaguely remember witnessing it as a kid, though. Dave Dog. Which is probably another one of those back half of the hype for that. I vaguely remember it, but I wasn't like in that time period to remember it.
Oh, you know what? I remember what got us on cartoons.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom.
Oh. Yeah, okay, so we could talk about waves in terms of like cartoons too, because Danny Phantom was part of a specific wave of cartoons. Had to do with like that was around the time that Teenage Robot was a thing. That was around the time that oh god. Was that after Billy and Mandy, or was that during Billy and Mandy?
I think it was during. I don't remember.
And then that was also around that sweet spot where like this was after the Power Girls, or the Powerpuff Girls.
This was also right when I know Fairly Odd Parents is still going, but this is also right when Fairly Odd Parents was new.
Yeah. Well, Fairly Odd Parents is ancient and long, and
like it's still going.
Get old.
It'll still be going, but it's still going.
It's like SpongeBob, timeless, eternal.
Yeah,
never dies.
But this is when it was like new and fresh. So yeah,
it's like SpongeBob to us is like what Naruto is to everyone else.
Yeah, like
plenty of episodes, never ending.
I don't understand. I mean, I get how SpongeBob is still going, but it's also like, wow.
Fun fact about your girl Weebo. I was never allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid, and so I didn't. I mean, like, I'm familiar with all the memes. I know all of the other shenanigans. Like, I'm very familiar. That's how invasive SpongeBob is into our culture. Is how weaved in. But I've never watched a full episode of SpongeBob.
Honestly, like once you're above a certain age, a full episode of SpongeBob goes from being entertaining, at least the older episodes, I don't know what the newer ones are like, but it goes from being entertaining to making you want to blow your fucking brains out.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Like if you don't hit it in the sweet spot when you're young and then you're invested, it's not going to have the same effect as when it hits you when you're older.
There are just so many things that, like, as an adult that are so obnoxious about it that you'll just be like, somebody perform the Holocaust on me, please.
Wow. SpongeBob, way to trigger the Weebo. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get probably a lot of hate for that comment to comparing SpongeBob to anime. Okay, if there were ever a group of like vitriolic people, it would be the Black Egyptian people and weebs. I'm not even kidding. Ren and Stimpy. Oh, I remember that vaguely, but like not super mega.
But can we just talk about real quick? Because I want to circle back around to Danny Phantom. That's what I'm here for.
Yes, sorry.
Danny Phantom is so fucking good. And I'm so mad that there's not a fourth season of Danny Phantom, that they cut it. Like, of all the cartoons.
Wait, how many? There were only 3 seasons?
Yes.
It felt like there were more than that.
I know, right? But I actually rewatched all of them once on Hulu, and there's only 3. And like I looked it up because I was like, there's no way that throughout all of my childhood, there's only 3 seasons of Danny Phantom.
That's no.
Look it up.
Okay, hang on. How many episodes, though? That's what I want to know, because the episode count does make a difference, because sometimes you get, like, seasons that are only 13 episodes, seasons that are only 6, and then you get the really long-ass ones that are 22 episodes, and that's where you get a lot of episodic stuff. But this is... Okay.
There might be 4. No, I think there's 3.
No, hang on. Hold up.
Or is there 4?
Wait just a hot second. SDA. More about this show. More. Gimme. Come on. Whoa. Yeah, there are only 3.
Or are there 4?
No, there are only 3. I'm looking at it right
yeah.
now. 20 episodes the first season, 20 episodes the second season, 13 episodes the third season. Why?
Yep.
Why you do this?
I know.
Show. Ended in 2007, started in 2005. That's a notoriously short life.
Right, and it doesn't feel like that. Like, looking back on it, I'm just like,
did Danny die? Well,
no, but it doesn't feel like that's all we got. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. No, you're right. Although the older I get, the more I realize that the things from my childhood seem to extend for way longer. Like, time seems to go on forever as you're a kid. Then as you get older, it seems to get shorter. And the things that you relish in your childhood aren't as good as when you're older either. So I don't know what it is, but when you're a kid, things are different, are processed differently than when it is that you're an adult. That much I know. How exactly that works, I'm not 100%
well,
sure.
It's because of this. So, for example, when you're 5, 1 year of your life is a 5th of your life.
Yes.
When you're 20, 1 year of your life is a 20th of your life. So it just goes by a lot faster, like relative, to everything you've experienced. So your brain just processes it differently.
I guess.
And yeah, I don't want to go into this because it's just depressing. But either way.
Thank you to Hey Dude over the Streamlabs, who says, wanted to say hi and hope you all have a good stream. Also, still waiting for my copies of Jordan Lives Craft to arrive. Smiley face.
Yep.
Those gosh darn male peoples. Weebo really pulls in the boomers. Yeah, I do. I gotta understand people. I talk politics more often than I talk about relatable teenage 20-year-old content.
But this is the time for that kind of stuff. Oh,
yeah.
speaking of me, thank you for bringing that up. Hey, dude. Yorda is currently being reviewed by the audiobook overlords. So if you have listened to Livescraft or you're thinking about it, but you're like, I don't want to get invested in something that's not going to have a second book to it, you don't have to worry anymore because it's about to be for sale, the second thing. So you should go listen to the first one so that you can listen to the second one.
Word.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Battle of the Planets. I don't think I watched Starfleet Ultraman. I'm 50 years old, by the way. Okay. Speaking of older cartoons, SDA, did you get invested in older type cartoons?
No.
Okay. I did, because I had access to the Boomerang channel. Are you familiar with the Boomerang?
Yeah, I am.
I love the Boomerang channel. So I'm talking Flintstones. I'm talking Jetsons. I'm talking... I think this is an obscure one. It might not be for someone who's a boomer, but it will be for someone my age. Perils of Penelope Pitstop, which is hella alliteration, but I don't know. I found it very entertaining. Old-fashioned Scooby-Doo, of course.
I love
hell out of that.
Scooby-Doo. I have seen like every generation of Scooby-Doo, like every iteration of it. I don't give a fuck. I fucking love Scooby-Doo. I love good Scooby-Doo. I love bad Scooby-Doo. I love upside down Scooby-Doo. I love red shirts, shaggy Scooby-Doo. I don't give a fuck. I love Scooby-Doo.
Do you remember the Scooby-Doo episode where they're in the Halloween schoolhouse episode and half the gang is missing, but it's just Shaggy, Scooby, what's his face? Oh god, Scrappy, and then the Frankenstein's daughter, this ghost chick. I don't know. Do you remember this episode? Please tell me you do, because if not, then it was a fever dream for me.
I think so.
It's like actual monsters.
I'm not sure, but you know what? I know what you mean because there are a few of those episodes where like I have just Googled the shit that happens in them. Like, did I dream this or
Yeah.
Is this an episode that I actually remember?
Was this something that actually happened, or did I have?
I know, because like some of the scenarios in Scooby-Doo, you're just like, I made that up, right? Like,
oh, they're watching a Black Mirror episode. Hey guys, hope you guys. The windows are open too.
not related. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's the movie Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Hold on, let me look up the cover for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but did you have? Did you ever? Okay, my favorite.
Oh
video,
yes, I remember this.
Yes.
Okay, now that he said that, I remember this.
I'm glad I remember it, and it's not like an actual.
Well, you know,
thing that
like
I
the
had.
Zombie Island one where it's like the cats.
Yes, I remember that episode.
I like was thinking about that for like 5 years before I finally said it on stream, because I had asked people in real life. I'm like, "Do you remember the Scooby-Doo movie where this happens?" And everybody just went,
"What?"
And I was like, "Okay, I'm crazy." And then I asked it on stream one night, and everybody was like, "Well, fuck yeah, Scooby-Doo, and like the Zombie Island thing." And I was like, "Oh, thank God," because then I Googled it and it was real, and I was like, "Okay, we're good.
Your dream.
I'm not crazy.
Hallucinate this.
Thank God."
My particular favorite movie, Scooby-Doo movie, because they did come out with Scooby-Doo movies too, had to be the one where they had the aliens in the middle of the desert. For whatever reason, I just really loved that movie, and I watched it on VHS, which is very old-fashioned.
Yeah,
I watched it on VHS.
The desert ones are good.
Yeah,
I know which one you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And I watched it until the little tape thing got caught in the VHS system, and the tape died.
Are you talking about the one where like he gets all disco-y and he's like out in the middle of the desert with like the girl?
Yeah, and there's aliens and they're dressed up, and he gets not probed, but probed.
Do you remember Legend of the Phantasaur?
No. Hang on. Give me a brief description. I might. It's called Alien Invaders. I think so.
Gabrielle. God damn it. What happens in... Oh, there's also one... Real quick. There's also one where, like, they just reenact Phantom of the Opera.
Dude, I gotta see that one. Is this also in movie length? Or is this...
Yeah. Oh, Phantasaur is from 2011. Sorry, I'm like up to date on my Scooby-Doo. I apologize, guys.
What's your favorite iteration of Scooby-Doo? Is it like the classic stuff, or is it What's New Scooby-Doo, or is it Mystery Incorporated? Scooby-Doo. What is it? Is it Scooby-Doo Incorporated or Mystery Inc.? It's something.
It's Mystery Inc.
Is it Mystery Inc.?
Yeah, it's Mystery Inc. I want a mystery machine.
Yeah. You mean like an actual...
My favorite...
van?
Yeah.
Of course.
I want a van, and I want it to be a mystery machine. Which sounded way more innuendo-y than it should have. But I like mean it in the most literal sense. I want a mystery machine.
Okay, so there was Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? No, you're fine. I'm curious as to how many like iterations there have been, because every time they reboot it, it's always like, okay, it's not to everyone's liking, but I always like every new rendition because I'm like, this is this generation's version of Scooby-Doo. I'm not gonna mess with something that works.
Yeah, I do too. So when you ask me that, I'm kind of like, I like the generation, obviously. Okay, so for me, like the generation that's closest to my heart is what I grew up like as a little kid watching on TV. But I just really love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo just makes me happy.
It's okay. So it's if I were to compare it to anything, it would be the TV equivalent of like a comic book series. Does that make sense? Because they're always rebooting comic book characters, bringing them back to life, and redesigning them and reviving them to newer audiences to kind of bring in new people. And that's what Scooby-Doo is to me. And We don't normally like reboots, but I can get behind a Scooby-Doo reboot any day. So long as they're by kids, they are timelessly the same, and they are solving mysteries, I'm cool with it.
Look, if there are just endless Scooby-Doo episodes for like the rest of the time, I'm cool with it. Like, especially if they keep doing it, and like until I have kids and stuff like that. Like, I would love if my kids got to grow up in a time where they were still producing new Scooby-Doo episodes. That'd be cool. Because then my kids would get new Scooby-Doo episodes.
When Shaggy drove the van, it wasn't the Mystery Machine. It was the Shaggin' Wagon. True story. Thank you, Jack.
Weebo, we should do our road trip in a Mystery Machine.
Yes, we need to open up the budget for a Mystery Machine.
Yes. So would you guys be okay with us quintupling the budget times 2 or times 5 for a Mystery Machine?
We'll paint it. We'll make it all pretty and stuff. But I feel like that would be way too obvious, and then people would start following us, and then it would make it easier for people to be creepy.
No, there are Mystery Machines everywhere.
There are. Yeah. Are you referring me? Do I have your word on that, SDA? That everyone has a Mystery Machine somewhere in every state? There's one at least.
I see them all the time.
I really hope they don't show anything on that TV that I can't show on YouTube, because that would just be awkward for me. I'm just gonna move this over. We're gonna talk like this. Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to the profession.
Speaking of speaking of the road trip budget, in like, I don't know, in a month, in a couple months, we should have a GoFundMe set up for all of that.
Mm-hmm. Soon as she gets me the whole itinerary and stuff, then I can start budgeting stuff.
I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm, she's working on it. But it's very hard to plan a road trip for all 48 continental United States, especially when you're a full-time author.
Well, it's also just like, I want to make it good, okay?
She's a perfectionist, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this.
We're both perfectionists, and that's kind of a problem.
Talk about she's got a contingency binder for the contingency binder.
She does.
Okay, so
if you don't think we're each gonna have a copy of the oh fuck binder, you're out of your mind.
We are, but that's enough about that. We'll update you when we have more to say. Tiberius Kirk asks, "What's up, guys?" Well, we just got. Did we get done talking about Scooby-Doo, or could we go on for?
Yeah, I think we can move on, but
okay. All right. So, aside from Scooby-Doo, what else could you like watch a million of and not get bored?
Okay, wait. So if they do get a Mystery Machine, is SDA Shaggy and WEEBO'S Scooby?
Why do I have to be Scooby? Why can't I be Velma?
Yeah, and I'll be Daphne.
I'm good looking enough to be Fred. All right, why do I have to be the dog?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Listen.
And neither Scooby or Shaggy can drive.
I might be a bitch.
So we're not getting anywhere.
Exactly.
But if it's Daphne and Velma, then,
mm-hmm.
It's going to be a mess of an adventure, but it's going to be one.
Scooby-Doo was the same formula every single episode. Well, that just goes to show you that, repetition works.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
That's what we in the South like to say.
Mm-hmm. You need an ascot to be Fred. Well, there's that too.
I thought it was Shaggy's van, though.
Was it?
Well, I don't give a fuck. It's my van now.
Okay, before we go on to the next topic of conversation, I gotta ask you, did you watch the live-action Scooby-Doo movies?
Hell yeah, I watched the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, and I'll fight anyone who says they're bad.
There were 2 with Freddie Prinze Jr., and then there were a few more that were when they were younger and in high school.
Yeah, no, I have seen all of them.
Okay, good. And thoughts?
and I like them all. They're all awful, but they're all amazing.
They're Scooby-Doo, so you can't help but love
I know, like, I love them all. Like, I'm sorry, I really like Scooby-Doo. And I've said this to you before, and I think I've said this on stream. I'm, like, really forgiving of movies.
It's in the spirit of the Scooby.
Yeah, especially with, like, especially Scooby-Doo movies. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it's bad. I love it because it's Scooby-Doo. But even with movies, I'm very forgiving with movies if they're bad. Like, much more than I would be if it's, like, a book or something. So if you put, like, a movie with a lot of problems in front of me, I'm still going to be really trying to have a good time. It's going to take a lot for me to be like, that movie was garbage. So,
guys,
I'm sorry.
Guys, not only that, right? Mr. Bean was in that movie. Are you familiar with Mr. Bean, SDA?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. But have you seen The Incredibly Rare Daphne and Velma? Wait, how are they incredibly rare? I'm confused.
I don't get it.
They were awful because it was a plot by red herring. No, you're just wrong there. You're just false.
That doesn't make something bad.
It just makes it interesting.
Okay, there's a narrative choice you don't like, and something being bad is not the same thing.
Uh-huh. The live actions were cute, but I think I died a little when I saw Buffy playing Daphne, says Gabriella Campolo. Well, in like a good way dead or bad way dead? Because there's two different types of dead here.
I thought she fit the role really well.
I think that the reason they got her was twofold. One, she fit the role really well. Two, I mean, that actress, Sarah, what's her middle name? Something Gellin, right?
Yeah.
No, she probably raked in a lot of viewership because of who she played because she played Buffy. So, like, it was a nice carryover of audiences. So why not? Kind of like when they cast
Chris Good Dead.
Anything.
It was the Good Dead.
Okay, Good Dead. Yeah, but like I said, it's kind of when they cast Chris Hemsworth in anything, they want that carryover audience because they know they're gonna get it, or ScarJo, or anything. Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Thank you. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no.
I heard it.
Go get shot at. Red Herring was a character in the Junior Scooby cartoons. I'm not up to date on my lore enough to know that for a fact, but I'll take your word at it, Assassins of the Grey. See, I know that red herrings are a plot device that's utilized in order to misdirect people. So that's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking too.
Thor could probably play Freddy today. He has the size. He does. Okay. All right. Dream Scooby-Doo team.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth is Freddy.
Yeah. For sure.
We need an actual redhead.
Because then also, you know, we can look at him. And because people ask me, I think you asked me, like, what I thought of, I don't know if it was you. Someone asked me what I thought of the new Men in Black movie because I saw it with my dad on Father's Day. And because they wanted like a serious review. And I was just like, look, I got to sit there and stare at Chris Hemsworth for 2 hours. I don't have much to complain about.
That's fair. That is entirely fair. So we want Chris Hemsworth as our Freddy.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're gonna skip the redhead for right now because that's a hot button issue.
So a black woman for Daphne.
No. Don't do me so dirty like that. SDA. I'm not ready. Not all of my favorite redheads in childhood do you need to cast as anything but a redhead. All right? So Velma.
Like, at least Buffy is strawberry blonde, you know?
That's diet redhead.
Like, okay, but like, I didn't look at her and go, she's not at all a redhead. Like, as a kid, I was like, yeah, her hair is red.
That works. You know? Yeah.
Like, even though it was diet redhead, I was like, okay. Anyway, okay, who's Shaggy?
Low-key, we keep it.
I think we keep Shaggy.
Actor. We keep Shaggy, the same actor who played Shaggy.
Keep Shaggy, like, because nobody else is Shaggy in my brain. I'm like, who the fuck else would be Shaggy?
He was in Scream, right? He was in Scream.
He was absolutely in Scream.
Yeah, what was his name?
Speaking of, Scream is a good movie.
Shaggy actor. It was Matthew Lillard.
Yes.
Matthew Lillard.
He is Shaggy.
Is Shaggy, although he's a little bit old, so maybe Matthew Lillard when he was
Shaggy age.
When he was Shaggy. When he was still stoner.
Yeah.
And keep that. All right, so who do we get to play Scooby?
Not the awful CGI that they had at the time.
No, you gotta keep the CGI, otherwise.
Oh yeah, no, he's not quite Shaggified anymore.
No, he looks.
But he does the voice acting.
Because he is Shaggy.
Now.
Yeah,
that's adorable. Do you know how adorable that is? That makes my heart happy.
All right, skipping Scooby, moving on. Velma. Anyone got any suggestions? Because I'm coming up completely blank. Who would make a good Velma?
Oh my god, do you remember The Replacements? That TV show, that cartoon, that TV show?
No, maybe. What was it about? Educate me, SDA.
It was like, okay. It was like these parents that got like it was on the Disney Channel, and it was like these parents like got replaced with like stunt people. It was on for like a very short period of time.
Nope.
Like Todd and Riley, and they lived in like an orphanage or something.
It was a movie.
I don't know, whatever.
Keanu Reeves was in it.
No,
we should get Keanu as
it was a cartoon. It wasn't a movie.
Nope, I don't see it. I don't know. Keanu Reeves is Velma. Yay. Sorry, I just saw him and I'm like, he could probably pull off that hairstyle, maybe shave the beard a little bit. Nope. This is a bad idea.
Natalie Portman?
Why Natalie Portman? All right, justify your answer, Tech Ninja. I need a reason.
Yeah, because I don't like that.
If we cast Natalie Portman as Velma, she's gonna want a black actress to replace
Natalie Portman's a weird actress.
Dude, okay. Sidebar. I get a lot of people in the comments section, and this has happened more than once, so I can say that it's actually a pattern. I get a lot of people in the comments section that say I look like her. And I don't take it as a compliment, especially after my episode of comic book, whatever it is, when we were going over the MCU hottest women, and he said that Natalie Portman looked like a plastic doll person thingy.
I don't
know that she's crazy.
I don't think you look like her.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
There's maybe not really like
in the eyebrows.
I don't think there's like I don't see it, but like I don't think there's a celebrity that like people really have compared me to.
I don't see it either, but that's what I've been told. And
honestly, like I'm glad that people don't say anything like that, because usually when you tell anybody that they look like somebody, you're usually just being an offensive shitbag.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, no, half the time, like, if somebody does say I look like someone, it, like, ruins my day.
Okay, so, Scooby-Doo Dream Team cast. Weebo looks like Weebo. Thank you, Tech Ninja. I'll take that. Okay, so I just looked up brunette actresses. Would Lucy Hale work? I mean, she's pretty.
Maybe.
She
not Anne Hathaway. Because then we'd have to look at her.
That is something though, because like Anne Hathaway has not gotten older since her role in she was in Princess Diaries, right? Yeah, Princess Diaries. Like I mean, she's gotten older, but she's not looking older. And even though she doesn't look older, I'm not a big fan of the way that she looks. I don't know. She's got that. You know what it is? She's got my mother's smile.
She's got the I'm better than you look about her.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know what it is.
She's
something about her is just like really unlikable, I guess.
She was in Les Miserables too. Yes, I do recall that. I don't know. I don't like Anne Hathaway's look. So, not because I have anything personal against her, I just don't like Anne Hathaway as an actress. And I'll leave it there.
To be honest, I like the Velma that they had.
Who was she?
I don't know, but she's Hawkeye's wife.
Oh! Linda Cardinelli. Velma actress. Yeah, I could see it. Oh yeah, she's pretty. I mean, like, she was already pretty, but yeah, we'll keep her. She can stay. She's a little old, though, so maybe get her younged down a little bit, and definitely have to go with the bangs. But yeah, I can see it. She works. She can stay. Chris Pratt would be a good Shaggy. No, we already discussed this. We're sticking with... God, what was his name?
Chris Pratt would be a horrific Shaggy. We're sticking with thick. Matthew Lillard.
Yep, he's too thick.
Yeah, like, no.
Like, not that that's a bad thing. All right.
But for Shaggy, it is. He can't be Shaggy.
Mm-hmm. No, he couldn't be Shaggy. Okay, so now we need to discuss Daphne. Who would play Daphne in our dream team?
Well, it's gonna have to be a redhead.
It's gotta be a redhead.
So we have like Jessica Chastain.
I don't know who that is. I need to look her up. Jessica.
She was Murph.
Murph. The Help. I
was just thinking of redheads. I was thinking of redheads. That was it. I was just thinking of redheads.
No. Nope. All right. I'm going to look it up. Red-haired actresses. I mean, she's got the right hair. Yes. I don't disagree. But I don't know. I tell you, I do not know. All right, I'm gonna start naming some off.
Your cage.
Buster. What about Karen Gillan? She played Nova in the MCU. She was also in Doctor Who. She played one of his companions.
No.
Okay. Molly Quinn. No. You remember Castle?
I didn't watch Castle.
Wow. Amy Adams. Yeah, I saw her.
No.
I don't think so. I'm trying to think of who would be good in this role. There are not a lot of redhead actors. Carrot Top. Let's get Carrot Top in this.
Oh, he's just chewing right now because during the stream, I don't have Sophie Turner. Absolutely not. He's just chewing right now because during the stream, I don't have his really loud chewy stuff in his pen. That's it.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
He doesn't normally chew on his cage.
Bryce Dallas Howard was in Jurassic World. Was she? Who is she? Who was she? She was no. Go away. Pop-ups. She was. Oh, she was also in The Help.
Maybe.
No, I don't want Netflix. Stop it. This phone, I swear. SD, I swear.
She's got like the right look.
Mm-hmm. Tilda Swinton.
No. Perfect.
Isla Fisher. This actress. Can't really see it very well, can you? Here, look it up. Isla Fisher. She was in The Great Gatsby. She was in... What was she in that you would remember?
No, I looked her up.
You did? All right. WEEBO is not playing Daphne.
I like Bryce Dallas Howard, but I like her better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Do you mind? Yeah, they probably do. So we have 8 minutes left. All right. And our Scooby-Doo Dream Team lineup is Chris Hemsworth, Bryce
Dallas Howard,
Matthew Lillard,
Hawkeye's wife,
and then a better done CGI Scooby-Doo.
Yep. So we kept 2 out of
2 out of the 5.
Yeah.
Tech Ninja, I'll play Daphne. I have a red beard.
No.
That's not gonna qualify you.
Nope. Sorry.
If you're wondering why it sounds like I'm getting shot at, it's because
those are called fireworks.
And yeah, people are shooting off fireworks. Worst drum circle ever. I can't win. All right. First it's prison, and then it's shitty lighting, and now I'm getting shot at. I just, you try to put on.
But if you want to help pay for WEEBO'S therapy because she's in a war zone, there is a link to the Streamlabs down in the description. So,
Hang on. Tom Leach has something interesting to say. He says, I don't know if you guys know this, but you don't have to be a redhead to play a redhead. And listen, Tom, I get that you're trying to be practical about this, but you see, that's not the part that matters, all right? Color is a very important aspect of what a character is, all right? And if you don't get the right color correct, then you are doing a disservice to not only the creator of that I can't keep a straight face. Hang on. Sorry. Of that property, but also the character and their heritage and anything else that can be implied or inferred based off of their coloring in the original the original work of art that they're featured in. Okay. Sidebar again, because I need to do this. But I got into an argument with somebody because they were trying to make the case that Ariel could in fact be black based off of some wonky offshoot Greek mythology that didn't actually happen.
What?
Even though they're basing realism in terms of the mythology on the fact that the Greeks colonized a lot of the Mediterranean, and there was a whole thing. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, but even if we made that allowance, and it wasn't just the fact that Disney was taking mythology and tacking it onto an already existing Danish myth, all right, still doesn't make any sense because the Greek pantheon would not have anything to do with the colonization that the Greeks partook in. So the pantheon would stay the same. The people that worship the pantheon would not. Furthermore,
hold on.
furthermore, and I want to quote this.
Hold on. What?
I want to read you this next part because this is golden. All right.
Okay. No, go for it.
I said, I'll grant you that Ariel doesn't have to be Danish. She just has a Danish-based character. But in the original Danish book published, she's illustrated a lot lighter in complexion. And then my friendo over here says, that was in the eyes of the publisher. Also, not relevant to the story. You can apply the same argument to Disney for distributing the movies. So essentially what he's just said is that artistic renderings in a book are irrelevant to how the character is represented to the audience that is reading said book, which I think is a big-brained way of saying I'm an ignorant, silly person. And the fireworks are getting mad at me now. And she was not swimming in the Mediterranean. No, apparently it was the Caribbean, which is hilarious because Prince Eric is definitely not a Caribbean prince.
Well,
guys.
and then
all right. Just hang on.
Wait, hold on. What year does the Little Mermaid take place in?
1850 something.
All right. So in that case, there would have been black people in the Caribbean at that point. But like, okay, can I just ask a question? Because a lot of, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. My lips are sealed. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Yep. Are you on the porch? Yes, I'm on the porch. Irate prostate. Well, no, okay. So what irks me about this whole situation is that, right, we don't have that consistency argument with regards to people who are like, oh, but, you know, we need to maintain the heritage because it's so important of these characters as it was because they're POC and we need that representation. But when it comes to redhead characters that are white or just happen to be white, right? It's not a big deal if they're racially switched. It's not a big deal. We have every excuse in the book as to why this is acceptable. So stop getting so mad about it. That's what irks me. It's the hypocrisy of the whole situation and then the attempts to justify it. All right. If it's not an issue, right? If it's not an issue steeped in your racial bias, then you don't have to justify it because you don't, because it's not an issue. But if it is a racial issue, then you're going to go out of your way to justify the hell out of it. And so that, as a result, is going to make me in turn be like, let me poke holes and see if I can in your little argument here, just for my own sick and twisted pleasure's sake. Because that's what I'm here for, ladies and gentlemen. To make your life difficult to argue. Like Starfire, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
They have every excuse. Redheads are the biggest minority, and I have an entire series dedicated to sussing that out on my channel. Check it out. It's called The Truly Oppressed Minority. Subscribe if you want to. So we have 1 more minute left, and I'm gonna leave it up to SBA because I just ranted about something.
We can leave it there. But so we will be streaming on Wednesday. But while we are at VidCon, and again, if you were going to happen to be at VidCon, you know, keep a lookout on Twitter for like the because they do like meetups at places or something while at VidCon. So if you're gonna be at VidCon, you happen to see us, say hi, or look for like the big meetup spots or something. You know, just keep a lookout on Twitter. But as far as the show goes, we will be streaming on Wednesday, assuming, you know, subject to change or whatever, but should be streaming on Wednesday. We will not be streaming on Friday for Midnight Power Hour, and we will not be streaming on Sunday. So no streams while we are at VidCon.
But there will be a stream tomorrow, Sunday. So keep your sub boxes open for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, there will be a stream tomorrow, and there will be a stream on Wednesday. So.
And since I think there's no other way to end this than on a giant bang. Thank you, neighbors. I can't get mad at them. It's the weekend of the 4th. This is what America's all about, the freedom to explode things in your backyard. And so I think I'll end by saying thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, SDA, for being here with me. And thank you guys for joining in on this lovely conversation about this Scooby-Doo Dream Team casting choice. All right.
It took us 30 minutes to figure it out.
And oh my God, real, please see a doctor about that. Don't drink the bathwater.
Gosh, it's been forever since we've spoken.
It has. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you at VidCon if you're there. Bye.